When it comes to gun control, I know it can feel like everything's been said before. In fact, even pointing out everything's been said before has been said before.
John Oliver took a moment during Sunday night's episode of Last Week Tonight to address gun control and the tough few days the country has faced in the wake of the 2 mass shootings that happened in the U.S. over the weekend. On Saturday, a shooting occurred in El Paso, Texas, leaving 21 dead and more than 24 wounded. And mere hours later, another shooting took place in Dayton, Ohio, leaving 9 dead and at least 26 others injured. Before even his opening theme song played, Oliver took a moment to address his audience about the weekend's tragic events, and more specifically about the issue of gun control. The host noted that although it feels like everything there is to say on the topic has been said before time and time again, ignoring the topic can only help numb the pain in the short term.
In the long term, it can actually be a real problem because unless something hurts as much as it's supposed to, nothing gets done about it. And something has got to be done here.
Oliver continues that this weekend's tragedy wasn't just an issue of gun control, but also that of President Trump's attitude towards immigration.
The El Paso shooting is currently being investigated as a hate crime. And the shooter's manifesto featured anti-immigrant language that may well be familiar to you from certain cable networks and certain presidents.
The host goes on to say that although white nationalism and anti-immigrant hysteria did not start with Trump, he certainly fueled it to new levels. Oliver then played a clip of the president at one of his rallies, joking after one of his supporters suggested shooting immigrants.
How do you stop these people? You can't. There's no... That's only in the panhandle you can get away with that statement.
The host went on to argue that Trump's response to that statement and laughing off threats could have terrifying consequences.
And that is something we cannot afford to get numb to. Because if that ever, for even a moment, feels like it's become normal, we are completely f***ed.
The El Paso shooting specifically was being investigated as a possible hate crime as authorities worked to confirm whether or not a racist anti-immigrant manifesto posted online shortly before the shooting was written by the suspect arrested. The city is home to 680,000 people, many of them being Latino. For more on the story, head to thr.com. For the Hollywood Reporter News, I'm Neha Joy.